from the beginning, like before we started working together, what was what were you struggling with when you first started working together?
I'd say I struggled definitely with eating, so structure. So I was probably eating like two to three times a day. I wouldn't even have pre-workout snack for gym, so that's where I knew I was going wrong. Never
Yeah.
used to have a yogurt or anything like that. And it used to stress me out because like I used to think of food, I think, oh my god, shit. Okay, that was so bad. No, I used to think, oh my god, how do I fit like all these meals in this like in this time frame? And then obviously like training, I wasn't pushing myself. So I used to do like the 8 to 10 reps and stuff. So like you know how now we have to do like 15 to 20 and whatnot. I never used to train like that. So I used to not push myself to like my full potential.
hmm what specifically again was it with the eating? Was it obviously you mentioned structure, but what was that lack of structure due to?
I think one is accountability, two is not knowing what to do. And it's
Mm.
three, it wasn't laziness, but it was just like not locked in enough.
Why do you think you were not locked in enough?
I think it's because like, I wasn't tracking or anything like that. So like I used to have my workouts in my notes. So you know, like now I can track it. And then last week I know I've hit that progress point, and I would know that I've hit a PB. Like before, I never used to do that. So it was
hmm
just like I used to go to the gym, do the same workouts, and then just call it there. Whereas now I go to the gym,
Yeah.
train hard,
Yeah.
eat before, and then obviously after. Whereas before, I never used to do that.
And actually, I was gonna ask like what the difference is, but like we'll go on to that after. But what made you start working with me? Like, because I'm sure you're into fitness, right? You follow plenty of other coaches as well.
Yeah.
But why me apart from,
You
I'm a
look
retard. Oh, thank you.
one because you are, and two because I know like like remember when I seen you at the gym, and obviously I've hit that place where I was like I don't know what I'm doing, and I was like I'm stuck, and then like we spoke, and then yeah, and like I like the way you train, like you can tell you take yourself seriously. So
Exactly.
if you can train properly and you look like that, then you can also help the people. I'd say though there was no women at the time, so yeah,
So,
oh
so like, oh, okay. So you want to look like me, basically. You want to look one like me, basically. You're calling me one,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but I am too now, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you're my client. If you stop being a client, you're gonna lose like 50% of your gains. It's true, It's true. That's why no one leaves me.
You got
But
judge going on.
it's again,
You got some judge going on.
what?
You got some judge going on.
Judge.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, it don't matter. Leave it.
For anyone who's watching, you can tell I'm a little bit retarded at times, but here's
I
what it is.
can tell. Don't
My
understand.
my clients are used to it. But and what actually now what were the changes that you have seen since we started working together? What was it? Last November, wasn't it?
Wasn't it this November, December? Yeah.
Yeah. So what were the changes that you've seen now?
Um. So like you know how like the scale wasn't moving, but you could see changes. Obviously, like turning fat into muscle. That was the big change. And like even though my weight's not been going up, like and it looks like it hasn't gone up, but it looks like it has. It's like yeah, that's sick.
Is that the only thing?
Huh?
Is that the only thing?
What's the question again?
So what changes have you seen? So obviously you mentioned about your physique, which is great. What other
I look,
changes
I
have
look more
have you?
toned. I look more
hmm
toned. My appetite's increased.
Yeah.
Um, and confidence as well. And
hmm
the fact that like people can come up to me and say like, "Oh, my see me, you look more toned." I had it the other day at the gym, so he was like, "Oh, you look different," because he seen me a couple months ago. He's like, "Oh, you can tell you've toned up." And I said, "You know, my scale
hmm
hasn't even changed since last time you seen me," and I said, "I've been trying to suck."
Come on. I'm pretty sure you're getting this literally every week, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Every
It
week.
changes, especially like online as well. Like, yesterday when I posted my picture of like in the gym, everyone's popping up saying I look shredded.
And
Skirt
you're not even
head,
cutting down. You're not even cutting down
and
yet.
I'm walking.
And you're bulking too. That's what happens. So
I'd say
that's
as well, I used to be scared of doing cardio. So I would not even touch cardio because I used to be scared I was gonna lose weight. But
yeah,
now I've learned that it's like important for the bulk and it's increased my appetite.
exactly. Again, for anyone watching, like she was so scared of doing cardio. Oh, so I'm gonna lose muscle. I'm gonna burn more calories. And like, I think on a first call, like, not even, it took us so many conversations for you to start doing cardio because she was so scared.
Yeah, and even though you put it on my plan, I didn't do it for about a week. It's like,
Exactly. For the
flop.
first week or two, she didn't do it. I had to force. I'm like, you pay me money. Why don't you just, listen? And she did listen. And she's had up to 400 grams of carbs. This is for, people who are listening and watching this. 400 grams of carbs as a woman who's around 53 kilos, 5'2", 5'1".
Or two.
Okay, 5'2". Sure.
Too
Five
small.
foot two, 53 kilos, 400 grams of carbs. That's more food than a lot of guys have. And there have been times you were on higher carbs that I've been on.
Yeah.
But and that just shows like how carbs are not the enemy and they're pretty much your best friend because as you've seen, weight has stayed pretty much the same. We've gained like what, 3, 4 kilos in
Yeah.
total.
And in between that, I've obviously had exam stress and like,
Yeah.
stressful factors. And you've been there to keep me in track with all
Hmm.
as well. So
Yeah, yeah. The other things was going to be like what obviously physique has changed. What has changed in terms of your training unit? I mean, nutrition. We talked about it, but what especially nutrition and most importantly mindset as well.
yeah, mindset's a massive thing because I used to limit myself a lot. Like I remember when we had that talk and I was like, I might do it after my exams. But I'm so glad I did it like between my exam season because I would have fell off. And another
Hmm.
fact, I would have like stopped. Why is it come on?
Okay, good enough.
Why does it keep coming? Yeah,
Oh,
another fact that I would have like fell off track and like my eating would have gone downhill. Because like in exam season, even though okay,
oh,
it's
sleep. Oh,
always like
okay.
it's my niece calling me.
Do
Um,
you need?
she's just
She'll
trying
be
to
right.
call me. She was calling me.
She'll be
Um,
right.
yeah, so another fact in exam season, I would have like fell off track and ate junk. Like even though I did eat some junk some weeks, and I told you, you said okay, let's arrange a call and let's sort it out, and then yeah, went forward.
Hmm. What would you say to people who say, you know what, like suck, or like maybe they was want to work with someone else, not necessarily me, but said this is not the right time. I'm going through a lot of stress. I'm going through a lot of like a busy period with work or studies. What would you tell to those people?
I'd say there's never a right time, just do it now. Because if I would have said no then and waited till now, because my exam's finished now, I wouldn't have got to
Yeah.
where I am now. And I would have been stuck. I would have put on fat rather than muscle. And I think with exams as well, they keep calling me, I don't know why. With exams as well, like it's a time in life where you need someone to push you through. Because not only did you help me with my nutrition and training, you helped me. Like there's been times where I've just cried because I can't deal with exam pressure, and like you've called me and you took the time out your day to like see what's going wrong, give me tips on how I can deal with it. Like you said, like just spend time alone, and I think that helped me a lot, and it got me through all them stresses and stay on
Hmm.
top of training. And there's times where you have time to have a deload week and stuff, and I think that's helped as well.
For sure, because it's so easy. Like, let's say you've got all the time in the world, right? Like everything's going well. There's no pressure. There's no stress. You've got the time and energy to do the research yourself, make mistakes and learn from them. But when you are going through a stressful period, you don't have the time. Like you wanted to get in better shape, you wanted to make progress, but you just didn't have that extra time to start learning, applying it, making mistakes, and like potentially wasting time and regressing as well because you didn't have the accountability and you didn't have the extra knowledge.
Yeah,
Whereas you can just, start working with someone and they've got proven record of results and I can just tell you, do this. And all you have to do is just execute and it's going to work for you. And the good thing is you see results that motivate you. And when you're motivated, you want to push even more.
yeah.
See, like
I
I
think
just,
you motivate me in that way. Like I always tell people, because like when people say I look like I've gained weight or look round, I'll be like, I want to look like Silk. Like, why are you shredding? I'm like, yeah, that's the goal.
that's
Just
like
so
that.
open.
Yeah, because you were making progress, right? Let's say you were doing everything at like 70%. So, we were training hardish, but maybe you were missing a couple of reps. You were eating well, but maybe you went 100%, but you saw progress and you thought to yourself, okay, if I lock in even more, I'm going to see even more progress. And that's what's happened. Now in a position where I'm pretty sure people ask you for tips and you tell them, do this,
Yeah,
do
I
that, right?
at work, everyone at work, because then obviously I tap my meal preps in and stuff, and like someone at work like want to lose weight and stuff, and I tell them like steps, cardio, you need to get it in because you're not going to just lose weight by just like eating healthy. So it's just like
That's
it's nice having people approach me, even like on social media. It's like people ask me like, "Oh my God, like how do you do that?" And then I'll be like, "Yeah, my coach taught me this." It's
common.
like you learn. I'm learning off you and like getting the results, and then like it's well at the same time it's teaching me as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that like a start of a career in fitness for you?
Everyone's asking me this. My heart's in it, but I don't know yet. I don't know.
Just go with the flow,
I
man. Just go
have
with the
told
flow.
people. I have told people if I do want to be coached, I want to be mentored by you as well. Like I said it on my podcast.
Ah,
Did I not ask you before? I said if I want to start this PT thing, I want you to mentor me.
for sure.
I told you this months ago.
Did you?
Mum, how do you not remember this? I told
No, I
you
don't think.
months
No, you
ago.
haven't. You haven't told me.
I swear down I did.
I'm pretty sure this is pretty
This is
sure this is the first conversation we've had where I mentioned like
no,
you
no,
having a career in fitness.
no. You asked me. No, I asked you on Instagram months ago. This is probably like Feb time, and I said, "Would you ever like mentor me,
Maybe then, maybe.
people?" And yeah,
Yeah. I'm so bad, man.
bad.
I'm so
Don't pay
bad.
attention to me.
But go anyway. Um, how was, our process, this program different from things that, you've done yourself or maybe with someone else? What would you say was the biggest difference or differences?
What like between you and like previous like PGs?
Yeah, yeah.
I said this on my podcast. So I said like the way you do your like check-ins and stuff. You do your check-ins like the normal check-in on like Sunday, but I also like the spreadsheet that we have where you go into detail because you then analyze where people are going wrong, and that's where people go like be honest and stuff. And like I think I like that kind of element where you go into detail about how someone's well-being is, what their weight is, what their like steps were for the week. Whereas like on the standard check-in form, it's just like pictures and like how did you feel 1 to 10. So it's a bit of both. So you can
Hmm.
actually you just know like on the last check-in you knew what was wrong because obviously it was a bad week last week. You knew what was wrong and you put my calories down, and that's what's made me feel better this week.
Hmm. And go into more detail as well about the spreadsheet, right? Because people think like when people hear spreadsheet, oh, it's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
It is a little bit, don't get me wrong, right?
Sometimes.
But yeah, just give more detail as well for like people watching, like what exactly do we go through? How do we, I mean, you understand as well now, but how do I analyze the data and how do I make changes from that data?
So obviously we have my set calories there, and then I have to fill out my well-being, if I've got any like flu symptoms, steps and stuff like that. And then obviously like it's rated between is it 1 to 5? It's 1 to 5, one being
Hmm.
low, five being high. And obviously then I have to put in my points every Sunday. Sometimes I do it throughout the week
Yeah.
if I have time, but yeah. And then obviously I track my weights and put it in my notes and then put it in the spreadsheet. But
Hmm.
then that helps me as well because like
Yeah.
during the cycling and stuff as a girl, like it helps me track where I'm going wrong if I'm due on and stuff.
Yeah.
So that also gives me an indication of where's going wrong, and it lets me reflect on what I'm doing for the week and where I can go right. So not only is it putting it out for you to analyze, it's also giving me time to reflect on myself to say, all right, it's a bad week. What have I done wrong? What can I help to do the situation well? Because it's not always down to the coaches about like you. Like it's sometimes you have to analyze it yourself as a client. Like you are
Yeah. Yeah.
yourself.
And it's good as well to make comparisons as well. So can we tell people what we're getting ready for in October, or do you want to keep a secret for now?
I've already said it on my podcast,
Okay,
so
cool. So we are getting ready for a photo shoot in October, right? And
yeah,
something that's going to be really good is you're probably going to get to, the weight where we started around the 50 kilos, right? That's where I'm expecting it to be. But it's going to be good for us to like compare it as well, because we will know exactly on what date you were 50 kilos last. So this was like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months, whatever.
yeah,
You were this weight, and then when we do the shoot, we can tell, okay, now you're the same weight. Let's compare your physique to the last
yeah.
time you were this weight. and then you get to see that progress as well. And the thing is, like, unless one of us is stupid and deletes it all, like you have this for life.
Mm.
I've never deleted it, so I've been good with this, right? I
Stupid
had
though.
I had a client yesterday. She just added some random columns. I'm like, what the fuck has happened? But then I just deleted them. Sometimes it happens, but that'll be good because you're gonna have that for life. You like you look at yourself in 2, 3, 4 years time, and you're like, maybe you think, oh, like, I haven't really gained too much weight. I'm still, 50 kilos, 52, 53 kilos. But then you go back and look, and you're like, oh, last time I was 50 kilos, I was nowhere near the way I look now.
Yeah.
Um, and I do that as well. Like,
Oh,
I've go
you
on.
do that now, like on the check-in when I do my photos, you do compare it to where I started or a couple weeks down the line, and you pinpoint and sometimes you check, like you look at yourself and think, oh my god, I haven't made no progress. But when you can do that comparison, you can actually see like muscles popping out and stuff.
Hmm.
That does help.
Again, you've got like veins popping now as well on your check-in photos in the morning when you fasted. You haven't had any water and you
Yeah,
haven't eaten for like 7, 8, 9 hours.
yeah,
Not a lot of people do that, so that is you're getting there. Again, as I said, I won't be surprised if you start getting some accusations of like taking some peptides or like yeah on your photo shoot. I'm not being real. Um, but what would you say, right? Let's say there's someone who's watching this and they're like, yeah, I want to work with a coach or maybe I want to work with Soka and I'm still not sure. Like, I don't know about this, right? I'm nervous because you were feeling a little bit nervous as well at the start, which is normal. But
mm.
what would you tell them now that we've gone through a lot of months of working together and we're getting ready for the shoot? What would you tell them now, knowing that, what we've gone through?
Look, a lot of people have told me a coach is like a waste of money, use ChatGPT, like there's free stuff out there. But there's not, like the service that you provide compared to like what I've had previously or, like ChatGPT, it keeps me accountable, it pushes me. And like I don't think I would have made this progress following ChatGPT or like doing it on my own. So like it's changed my mindset about a lot of things. So people just need to realise that like sometimes you just need that little push from someone. And like
Hmm.
because you're a coach and I was saying this in my podcast, we do have that relationships where I can be open and honest, where I can just tell you anything, and it's good like where you do your random messages checking in when that I'm having a bad week or previous bad week, and like that little thing that can push someone, and that's what pushed me through like exam season and like just general stresses. So like knowing that someone's there pushing you can sometimes make you have more results, if you know what I mean. Like
Hmm. What would you say to people who say, "Oh, I'm disciplined anyway"? What would you tell them?
nobody's really disciplined enough until like the
Mm.
like I thought I was disciplined until like I tried to I thought, oh shit, okay, this is nothing. I
And
thought,
you also said like that this has changed your mindset about a lot of things. So what
yeah,
are those things that this has changed your mindset about?
life in general. So like, like the other day when I was really low and stuff, you just changed my perspective of how I should view things. Like, how I can't change certain situations and like I'm trying to control stuff where I can't control it. And like that just helped me in general with like general stresses around me because when you just try and control things and it just gets too much, it can
Yeah.
make you ill. And I think that's what I was doing to myself. And then obviously it was impacting training and eating. So I had that talk with you that time on the phone, had my little cry, and I just generally felt better. And I think some
Hmm.
people just need that. You need to just have someone to talk to and cry out. In a way, it's like having a therapist as a coach.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
knock someone into place as well
So
as
again,
you just have to knock someone into place.
for sure. Because I told you this many times, I told this to the clients is if your mental is not in the right space, you can like keep pushing as much as you want, like you were trying to control situation that you couldn't. You can
Yeah,
try as much as you can, but if the
yeah,
mental is in the right space, nothing's gonna happen.
yeah,
And we've seen with yourself as well, like sometimes you pushing, 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 and you cannot like solve an issue. But then you just stop pushing, you just let it be, and the issue just solves itself out by itself. And
yeah,
then you feel much better. You've got much more mental energy, which is going to transfer to more physical energy. If you've got more physical and mental energy, you're just going to be happier overall. If you're happy overall, low stress, low water, less bloating, you look better, you train harder and stuff like that.
yeah. It's made me a lot more confident, I'd say. Like, even like speaking to people before, like gym in general, like, and yourself has helped me grow that confidence because I don't think I could talk to certain people, like, because I was just very shy and timid. Whereas now, like, when I get people approach me and say, compliment me and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, wow, thanks. Like, and then we just start talking and, like, it's just grown me that way as well.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna be an influencer as well now?
I wouldn't say influencer. I'm
You
trying to
already are. You
inspire.
already are.
I'm
You
just
already
trying to
are.
inspire people.
You already are. So again, so what would you say, how do you feel? Would you say, how do you feel about investing into yourself? Was this worth it? Was this not worth it? Like, how do you feel about that?
100% it was worth it. I always say, like, I see you as like an asset. Like a coach is an asset. You're
Mm,
investing in your health, your mental, your physical. So if you want to better yourself and have that push, you've just got to do it. And I'm
yeah.
so glad I just did it.
Mm. Can you imagine how life would be if you didn't?
No, not with everything that's gone around me and I. I
Uh,
think for the fact.
hmm
Especially
But
exam stress.
yeah, I was having a call with another client as well yesterday. It's obviously we worked for X amount of time, you invested X amount of money for that time, but the knowledge that you've gained, the confidence that you've gained, the things that you've done, if you've been on a podcast, like you're linking up with like other people who are into fitness, building
Yeah,
like a community, inspiring other people. That's not like, oh, you pay for a month, you only get the positives for a month, but you get them for life.
actually, GP don't give you that.
Exactly. Because
ChatGPT.
even if ChatGPT, I think, yeah, even if ChatGPT gets to a really good level and starts checking up on you, like, oh, how you getting on? You're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're a robot?
I
Shut
think
up.
that's good as well. Like you need that human interaction.
Yeah,
Because that's how it helped my communication. That's helped me like open up and be vulnerable to people. And you have to sometimes.
yeah. Thing is as well with ChatGPT, it wants to make you happy, if that makes sense. Like if you say, I'm feeling this way, oh yeah, you are. I need to do this thing here. Oh yeah. Like,
Mhm.
for example, right, if I pull like your data into ChatGPT and we say, oh, Seema is not getting weight, it's gonna say, pull more food, put more
Yeah,
food, pull more training. But
it doesn't
we didn't have
incorporate
to
what's going on around July. So
exactly.
like last week it was a bad week for me, and I was on higher calories. And you looked at the data, and you constantly knew she needs to come down because
Yeah,
she's gonna crash. Because with me, I'll just crash.
yeah.
So you just
ChatGPT,
you
yeah.
know clients, you just know.
hmm AI is gonna be pull more food and then you would have been on 500 grams of carbs.
Then I'll just
Absolute
push it up.
absolute bowler. But you know, we're at this position now, right? But what's next? Obviously, we've got a shoot coming up, but what's next? Maybe after the shoot as well, if you've got anything in mind.
Definitely carry on. Obviously, like as we discussed, I definitely want to carry on, but obviously time not right now. But yeah, because now exam season's over, I know I definitely want to put a lot more into my fitness side of things. I think it's just like it's nice like seeing my potential, and I know there's more. Like I always say to people when people come from me, I was like, this is nothing, I want more. And like I
Good.
use you an example.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you relate as well because obviously you was kind of like you started off skinny and you've built yourself up, and that's what inspires me, that it is
Mm-hmm.
possible.
And then you're saying like, oh, this is nothing, I want more. But that's not from a low confident perspective. It's just because okay, I've got so much, like, this is great. I'm grateful for this,
Yeah.
but I've got so much more. I'm at like 20% of my potential and I've got so much more to go.
And that's a
Um,
change as well because like before you used to limit myself and think I can't do it, I can't eat no more. Like you know how many eat more is I couldn't even have like the how many calories I started on. Like I couldn't even eat that. And then like you got me into that routine, you got me into that mentality.
yeah,
Now I know I want more and I will get more.
exactly. Like again, anyone watching this, we started at 1500, yeah.
No, 12.
Dude,
I'm sure it was 1200.
I think it was 15.
Low day, a high day.
Nah, I think it was 1500. I don't think it put you less than, I
I'm
don't
sure
think don't think I've put anyone under, what's it called? 1500 ever.
it was 12 from that video.
Was it? Nah, 15.
Okay.
1571, 1517, yeah.
Is that a
Yeah,
high
that's
day or low day though?
Both. So high day was like an extra 60 calories basically at the start. Yeah, I've got it here. 1571 on your high days and low days what 1517.
But
And
that used to
then
stress me out.
exactly for the first few weeks. And then we got to a point where she was eating 2600, extra 1,000 on top of that.
During
There's
the
guys,
season.
there's guys who don't drink, who don't eat 2600 calories in a day. But yeah, man, any closing statements from your side? Any questions?
I haven't got any questions, but I'm just saying if anyone wants to like, just start, you just gotta push yourself to start. Like there's no right time to start. Like for me it wasn't a right time. So like you just gotta just take the leap and just do it. You
Come on,
will reap rewards. And
come
so
on, come on, come on, come on.